Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every morning, 7:30 a.m., to wake you up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. And here's something that we often don't say, or at least don't say it enough. You don't have to change everything to feel like you're moving again. Sometimes the smallest choice is the one that reminds us we still have a say. We have our agency. And today on Kindness Rising, we continue that theme. Small choices that restore our agency and move our storyline forward.
This is Kindness Rising.
Welcome again to Kindness Rising. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every morning to wake you up with a little bit of kindness, a little bit of positivity to rise above the noise. Mike Sullivan, of course, you are here. I appreciate that you are here, always right on time, always. And others will come and join us throughout. Buddy, how you been? I hope you are well. I hope you're making those small choices that help to move your storyline forward. I'm going to take a sip, relax, and settle in. Absolutely. Here's the thing. By the time we reach adulthood, change can feel really heavy, right? We're just into our routine. And so now if we change, we have to quit something. We got to blow it up. We got to disappoint people, make a big announcement, have it be this big thing. But that's what makes us hesitate. There's so much, it feels like, right? And we just get into this sense of complete overwhelm with it. And so we go, not going to make that change. Just fall back, status quo bias, right? It's just easier to fall back and just keep things going. But that overwhelm becomes an actual barrier for our change, right? And so we talk about agency and we talk about taking that back because we feel like everything that is external to us is making what we want internally within ourselves impossible, right? So we take ourselves and we look at a little bit of, hang on one second. I don't know if you can hear that blowing in the background. I've got the heater on and it's really bugging me. Did that improve the sound for you? I know it made my environment much better for me, less distracting. And we're talking about agency. We're talking about feeling a sense that our actions actually matter, right? Because when we don't feel like our actions matter, then we just stop caring and we stop acting and we stop being kind and we retreat within ourselves and we retreat to our basement, right, Roseanne Roof? You know me too well with my retreats. I do it too. I am not here telling you what to do because I haven't lived it. I have lived it. I have retreated because I feel like I don't have agency or had lost my voice. But here's the thing. You don't have to make some huge change to restore that, right? Right? What restores your agency? It's not motivation or clarity. It's not this big aha moment. Sometimes it is, but most of the time, it's just making a small choice. One small self-directed choice, one decision on your own terms, and then your nervous system begins to register it as safety, and you're not trapped. And you can influence this rather than trying It's the old eat the whole elephant. How do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. And that's it. That's it. That's why moving one little object in your life or changing one little routine or taking one small step can feel surprisingly powerful, right? Yep. You're not fixing your life, but you are reminding yourself that you're still in the game, right? There's sometimes we feel like there's so much that's overwhelming us, and it's all too much, and it shuts us right down. But what if we just make one small change? We make one small decision today. Take one step at a time. That's what we're doing right here on Kindness Rising every morning. August 61247. Welcome in. I am glad you are here. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I hope you'll come and spend some time with us here in the chat. I come here live every morning. We're building a community of people who want to rise up and have conversation that's not all about division and opinions. We can have opinions, but rage bait, clickbait, all that stuff. We just want a half an hour every morning to wake up, get our brain started thinking positively, thinking about the way our lives impact others, the way we can be kind to ourselves. That's what we're doing here on Kindness Rising. And we have a little fun along the way. We take it back with some Gen X throwbacks. Today, we're going to be talking about an object that I know anyone who was alive in the 80s, whether you were a baby or you were an adult, you handled one of these objects. I promise you. And you probably have since, even if you weren't born then, because they've become iconic. We're going to talk about a special throwback object, and we're going to talk a little bit about something in today's news too. Today's news, the trends, talking about the feud between a couple of celebrities turning into a feud. Started off as nothing, and it's escalating, and we're hearing about it. A couple of 80s and 90s celebrities, kid celebrities, Ashley Tisdale, Hilary Duff, that whole crew that's having a little bit of Sully. Really? How are you? Like you and I are vibing? It is the Rubik's Cube, buddy. We are going to be talking about one small change at a time and connecting it to the Rubik's Cube. Absolutely. You are on it, Sully, for sure. For sure. Good guess, buddy. I tried to make it not so obscure, right? Were you a Rubik's Cube guy, Sully? Anybody else out there? I remember Rubik's Cube came out, and then they came out with all these other crazy ones, 9-sided and 20-sided circles and all kinds of objects. But the classic Rubik's Cube with the 6-sided die with nine individual squares had the mini on your keychain. Were you able to solve it, Sully? Were you one of those guys that could just be like and done? No, I was a sticker picker. Pick the stickers and get them all lined up. No, I honestly, I'll admit, I never actually solved the Rubik's Cube. I know. I probably should have my Gen X designation license revoked for not having solved the Rubik's Cube, but that's true. It's true. I didn't. And we have our friends. We have our friends who are also dealing with things that might be way too big at first. Let's see what they have to say today.
Okay, this feels like it's way too big for me.
Come on, Rusty. It's only a scratching post.
Yeah, but there are so many levels, Reggie. I don't know where to start.
Just one paw.
You know what? I can do one paw. No problem. Just one paw.
Absolutely ridiculous. Those of you who've been around and seen Reggie and Rusty in their evolution, that was a new technique. I was trying. The voices are a little kooky. It's fun though. It's so much fun, and the whole point is to have a little fun with it. We will have our cats. We will be figuring out the way as we go here, but I don't know. What do you think about Rusty's voice like this? Yay. Hey. I don't know. We are just playing around here, but we are also thinking about the way that we can take small steps, one little step, one little moment to uh, make that change. You don't have to bite the whole thing. You don't have to climb the entire cat post and play with all the toys all at once. All you have to do is take one small step and make one small move. How's it going out there in the community? Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to help you rise with kindness, with a little bit less anger, with avoiding the rage bait, all those things that we want to do to have a half an hour of time to have a little bit of chill to get our day started. Some of us maybe have been up for a while. I don't know. And if you're watching this after the fact, you're missing the live part. You're missing the community. And that's what going live does, is it makes a community here of people who want to get up and get after it and have a little bit of fun in the morning with the Mornings in the Lab network. That's the whole point, is to do it live. Do it live. Wake up and do it live with us. Come on. And let's talk. Let's shift. Let's go ahead and shift, Sully, into the Rubik's Cube. We're going to think about that first time you ever held a Rubik's Cube. He didn't. Sometimes Rusty and Reggie make more sense than the rest of the world. That is true, Roseanne. Sometimes they do. They try to keep it simple and keep it real. We're having fun. So that Rubik's Cube, I remember holding it and looking at it when the obsession was happening. I remember one particular summer, and I don't remember what summer it was. It was obviously in the early 80s. And I used to go to a day camp, a summer camp, sports camp, the Jewish Community Center sports camp. And man, the Rubik's Cube was a big deal. If you brought your Rubik's Cube to JCC summer camp and you could solve it, ooh, you were the king. I was not the king. I was the king of summer camp for other reasons, but those are other stories that maybe I'll share sometime. But I'm talking about the Rubik's Cube. Keep turning it. Most of the time you felt like you were making it worse. Like, wait a second, this isn't working, whatever. Things were scattered and the patterns were broken. Your progress felt invisible. But here's the thing. We have to remember, no one solves a Rubik's Cube in one move. You solve it by turning one move at a time, one side. Respond, move, participate in it. Keep the brain moving, right? Not by waiting until you understand everything. Oh, if I move it 7 times this way and 6 times this way and 4 times this way and 3 times and turn it and twist it, and then I'll do it. No, you do it, you turn. Do it, you turn. You do it, you turn. As adults, our life works the same way. Sometimes we wait for that clarity, we wait for confidence, and we wait for the perfect plan. But agency doesn't come from knowing the solution. It comes from being willing to make one move and see what happens. That's the secret of the Rubik's Cube. Make one move and see what happens. Participate, change, rotate, move. That's how I brought Rubik's Cube into the conversation today. I wish I had one. I got to start bringing props. What do you guys feel about props? I've got my coffee mug and my hat. I'm chilling, whatever. Maybe I'll start doing little things. I love little stuff like that. I get that from my father. He used to love his little gadgets. Our Christmas stockings were always full of junk and gadgets and stupid things. I'm wondering if I even have one laying around here. Let's see what I've got. I don't know. I always have stuff around, but not today, apparently. I have a cinnamon broom. I'm not sure how I can relate the cinnamon broom to this, but anyway, we're having a little fun. We're making it a little fun. All right. Yeah. Got to get a little active on the screen too. That's something I'm learning as I go live, to capture people's interest. Got to move a little bit, move around, right? Keep people's interest. It's just the way of the world. It's the way of the world. I know a lot of you are interested in the actual content, and that's what I care about too. But I understand that there is an entertainment angle to all of this too. I want to keep you entertained. I want to keep you engaged, not to drive up my subscriptions, although it'd be great if you subscribe because you like the channel, not to drive up my watch time, although it would be great if people watched more and had a great time, but because I want to have an impact. That's just it. Impact. If I can impact one person, Sully, you come here every day. It gives me a reason to get up. Roseanne, Mom, you come here every day. That's it. I mean, I know there are others out there. I see the numbers and guys aren't participating, but that's okay too. That's okay too. I hope you're listening and you get a little something out of the show. That's what I care about. Absolutely. All right. And we're going to spotlight something right now. We're going to do a little spotlight, talk about organizations that are doing good work for good people, that lean into our subject. Today's a little bit different twist. I usually try to focus on a nonprofit agency or a social impact agency per se, but this one is more of a commercial venture. They're not paying me to do this, but I was reading about their stuff and their program and their methods, and I want to learn more. Perhaps it's something we talk about, but sometimes it helps to have a little bit of structure, and it's called the Tiny Habits. The Tiny Habits. Do you guys know Tiny Habits? Do you remember Tiny Habits? I remember seeing this book. I'm going to see what I can do about. I was just looking at their stuff. Boom, guy from. Okay. Are you seeing it yet? Not yet. Now you're seeing it. Boom. The Tiny Habits Academy. The Tiny Habits Academy. That's what we're talking about. Behavioral change. BJ Fogg. Do you guys know this guy? He's been around. That book has been around. I have seen it. I don't even know when it's from. I don't care when it's from if it's helpful today. And it feels a little bit commercial, but I love what they talk about. I'd rather talk about what they're talking about. I'm not here for a commercial. But it's the idea that change feels hard and it's probably too big. And let's see, I am moving stuff around. So I still haven't gotten smooth enough to really do this, the buttons, and stay on topic yet. I'm still learning how to riff through that, the improvisational skills. Maybe my piano playing the left hand and the right hand at the same time, two-sided brain things going on will kick in at some point. But anyway, I think it's important for me to share that stuff. Tiny Habits, I showed you them. They're built on the idea that change feels hard and it's probably too big, but what's the smallest action we could take? The smallest thing that we can do, not overhauling our lives, just some small thing that proves that we can start. It's not to be impressive or to be perfect, just doable. And it restores discipline and trust in ourselves. It says, I can influence my day. There's no shame for missing, and there's no pressure to perform. It's just kindness to yourself, one step at a time, because real growth doesn't come from force. It comes from permission to try something new, to make that one little change that you can make for yourself today. To more buttons to improve. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. All right. Anyway, welcome again to Kindness Rising. I'm so glad you've chosen to spend your time here with me, with Mike Sullivan, with Roseanne Roof, with the crew that comes out to the Mornings in the Lab network every single day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and LinkedIn. We are here. Starting with Kindness Rising at 7:30 a.m. and getting on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends at 8 a.m. to continue the conversation. All right. So I teased this a little. Jeez. I teased this a little bit. A new chapter. I talked about it yesterday. I wanted to follow up on it because apparently it's been picked up on, and now we've got responses and people having their opinions in it. But I wanted to think about what it means for our group here, our angle, which is about toxicity. Ashley Tisdale, we know her as Sharpay Evans from High School Musical. In a mom's group, she's 40 now. She's got a couple of kids. She's in a mom's group with Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore and all of those, many of those celebrities and non-celebrities from that era, from that age group, that time frame. And Ashley decided to leave that group, but she also chose to make that decision public and tell people that she left that group. In People magazine, actually, is who broke this story or started this. She actually wrote an essay in People about joining a community of fellow moms that felt like comfort and support at first, but eventually left her feeling excluded, hurt, and drained. So that was what she said. And then here comes on top of it. Now people's egos are getting involved and they're getting a little hurt. So Matthew Koma, who is, I believe, the partner of, maybe even the husband of Hilary Duff. I don't know. I actually don't know, but I know that he's in support of one of the other women in the group, has publicly responded and coming in with his sarcastic posts as a rebuttal to Ashley's remark. And it's this, for me, it's, celebrity gossip or whatever, but this isn't really about Hollywood drama. It's still about people. It's about something many people experience in everyday life. Being in a group where we used to feel good, noticing that there's subtle exclusion or negative energy in the group, rationalizing it and saying, oh, well, I can figure this out. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that for longer, and ultimately deciding to step away. That's a shift in agency. Whether you believe in the way that Tisdale brought it up and made it public and wrote an essay about it, that's not the point. The point is that she shifted her agency. We can do it quietly. It can be a quiet, deliberate choice about who we spend our energy with, where we spend our time, right? And it doesn't mean that the other people are bad if we leave. It just means we've grown and we've gone in a different direction. There's no judgment. It just means that the relationship stopped being healthy for you. Doesn't mean they're a bad person or that's a bad group. It just means it stopped working for you, and through self-awareness and kindness to yourself, you're taking back your agency. And that's what I see that Ashley Tisdale did, right? Right. But it's interesting to watch the back and forth. Some people say, no, you stick it out. You stick it out no matter what. You're part of the group. You figure it out, whatever it might be. You have your confrontations, those kinds of things. And sometimes some other people say, no, leave if you leave, that kind of thing. It's just an interesting conversation and dialogue that's going on. Absolutely. I was just reading my notes again to make sure I didn't miss anything that I really wanted to say about that, because I think it is important. These things kind of influence our days and influence people. That's why people are called influencers. That's why celebrities are celebrities, for whatever reason. We can talk about that at another time, that the people attach themselves to them. So anyway, let's move on to the kindness compass. Our kindness compass today, these are our takeaways, the things that will anchor our idea with 3 simple ideas. Here's the thing. Big change, it isn't required. Small actions still count. As a matter of fact, they are the beginning. They are the most important. Those small actions, those tiny habits that add up to big change. Another thing, agency grows through action, not through certainty. Again, it's in action. It's not saying, I know, I got it all figured out, and now I can act. You need to assess your risks and your, that kind of thing. But I think if you trust yourself, it's action. It's action. You don't need the solution to all of it to begin. You just need to turn that Rubik's Cube one turn closer to understanding and solving the puzzle. Permission, that comes before momentum. It starts with saying to yourself, saying it out loud yourself, I can do this. I can take a risk. Allow yourself that one move, and maybe others will follow. That's our kindness compass today. Big change isn't required. Agency grows through action, not certainty, and permission always comes before momentum. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. I am so glad you have chosen to do that today and every day. I will be back tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern with more conversation about making small choices, restoring our agency, moving our storylines forward with positivity, with kindness, with a little hope, a little humanity, and a little heart. Right before we get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends on the Mornings in the Lab network, we are building the world's greatest network of shows where people are showing their leadership every day by going live, just like I am here on Kindness Rising, just like Keith and John do on their show, just like Cheryl Raphael Whitaker is going to be doing coming up in Wednesday, just like Brianna Bass did yesterday, Tuesday, for her segment during the Mornings in the Lab show. And we've got other shows coming up. Keep an eye out for the Mornings in the Lab network, because we are growing. And if you want to be part of it and you want to bring your story forward, reach out to me. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I can be found here on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, pretty much anywhere you go. But LinkedIn's probably your best bet. If you want to find me and you want to talk about going live, that's a great place to start. Let's do it. In 2026, Mornings in the Lab network is taking off. Come be part of it. Come be part of it. You want to know more about what we're doing? Don't hesitate. Reach out, give me a call, and we'll figure it out together. All right. So we're winding down here. Here's today's truth. You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to take one honest step, not because it fixes everything, but because it reminds you that you're not stuck. Tomorrow, we'll talk about what happens when routines quietly turn into ropes and how to loosen them without cutting yourself free. But until then, I hope you'll do just this one thing. Actually, two things. Stay uncommon and stay kind. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity. And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.